John in Ohio, you're on the air.
Yes, Alex, I think you got it backwards on the Camp David, falsely named in the propaganda media, the peace treaty. I think everything that Israel has been able to do so far as invading Lebanon for 12 years, the massacres of Sabra and Shatila, the genocide and persecution of the Palestinians has been based on this misnamed peace treaty. It was really an alliance between this brutal U.S. puppet dictator and Israel to guarantee them that they would not only stand aside but help Israel.
Well, sure. I don't think that agreement is fair, and I tend to agree with you. But I mean, let me just say this. Are you disagreeing that al-Baradi and the Muslim Brotherhood and these groups are being funded by the West? I mean, the West admits, and they're telling Mubarak to step down, and you're saying there's nothing to the strategy of tension, and you think this is great what's happening.
No, what I'm saying is that obviously the U.S. military-industrial complex, Israel, Mossad, and the CIA, and the IMF. I'd like to answer that after the break here.
Okay, John. Come back and have you get into that. John hadn't called in a while. He normally does about a half dozen plugs. You can talk about the issues on my show, but you're not going to plug other people's radio shows and things on my show, John. You can go spew your disinformation venom on those programs. But I'll be happy to hear from you on the other side with your view on the Middle East, okay? But I'm going to hang up on you if you open your mouth plugging people. I think John off and on has been calling the show for about 8 years or so. And again, don't screen phone calls. Let folks talk about whatever they want. But I was sent a clip a few months ago of John on another radio show saying that Alex Jones says if you're a critic of Israel, you're mentally ill. And then I've seen the clip. That's not what I said. I said that I am critical of what Israel does, but people that say that I work for Israel, that they are mentally ill. And that shows the mental illness right there, that someone can say something in clear, understandable English, and people build straw men about who I am and what I stand for. John went on to say that I was for the flotilla attack when I was critical of that attack and said that I thought it was wrong and that the people of Gaza deserve aid. It is a fraud. So I don't even know why you call here, John, to talk about real issues when you are intellectually dishonest on this broadcast and on other broadcasts. Period. This is not the show for you. You're an admitted communist. You support communism. You don't like me because I'm not a communist. Okay? Period. And you communists have to lie to get your points across, and I find it despicable. Now, I'll give you 1 minute to talk about what you really think's happening in the Middle East. And if you don't like it, fine. Just hang up and don't ever call here again.
Well, you've just done to me what you've accused me of doing.
All right, hang up on him. I'm done with you. Okay? I'm done with you. Okay? You did exactly what I said, and you and everybody else are intellectual liars who can't face up to what I cover here on this show. You make me want to throw up, okay? Don't call my show anymore.